And Democratic strategist Jessica Tarlov. Steve, President Obama saying that Donald Trump was, quote, woefully unprepared to do this job, quote, unfit to serve as president. What say you?
Well, Charles, I'm not surprised, and in many respects, Hillary Clinton is running for Obama's third term. I think America is going to reject that notion because what we've seen in the first two terms is slow growth and insecurity around the world, both at home and abroad. So I think on the macro themes of security and growth, Trump offers a very different vision from Obama's effective third term.
You know, Jessica Tarlov, a lot of polls out this week showing the Hillary bounce. What I find most intriguing are some of the issues, some of the items where Trump should have a clear lead and he doesn't.
Right.
And I don't think it's because the American people don't think he can do the job, to Steve Cortes' point. He's got the resume for it. I think a lot of it comes down to temperament, which is what I think President Obama was trying to hit on just now.
It was, exactly, and I was shocked to see, as well as you mentioned, that she's moved so far ahead on the ability to handle national security, which I think is, you know, really where he was holding weight there. He's still a little bit ahead on handling terrorism, but I think that you're completely right, and I think that President Obama made a really important point where he said, I didn't agree on policy with John McCain and Mitt Romney, but I thought that they could do the job, that they had a fitness to do it, but I don't feel that way about Donald Trump, and I think, you know, Steve wouldn't even argue with the fact that he has blown a tremendous opportunity in the wake of his convention to spend his time, you know, disparaging a Gold Star family, to be talking about needless issues that don't have anything to do with his ability to lead, you know, talking about how the New York Times don't have good writers, maybe we'll have a media blackout there. You know, it's always a distraction. If he could stay on message, right, I believe this would be a very competitive race, but he's wasting it.
There's still 100 days left, and I got a feeling it's going to be a lot more competitive than the post-DNC bounce, which is almost a given. But on that topic, Steve, this morning Stuart Varney had an opportunity to interview Donald Trump. He tried to lure him into a sort of a rebuttal against Warren Buffett. Donald Trump rejected that instead. He did focus on the economy. He did focus on ISIS. Is that what you want to see as well?
Yes, absolutely. You know, I don't want him to take the bait. I don't want him to major in the minors. I don't think we have to address every attack, no matter who it's from, on the Trump campaign or on him personally. I think we need to focus on the macros here. And the macros, again, national security. The world is spinning out of control. Far too many innocent people are dying in our streets, in the streets of Europe. We need to take a very different approach. What we're doing is not working. So we have to defeat ISIS. We need to secure America and much of the world, for that matter. And then secondly, the other big macro is economic growth. This is the first president in the history of the United States, this is a sad fact, who will never have 1 year of 3% plus GDP growth. We are too great a nation to tolerate that kind of mediocrity, and we can't have it anymore. Most Americans haven't seen their wages grow since the year 2000. And by the way, to be bipartisan here in my criticism, George Bush wasn't much better, for that matter, than Obama. We need a very new course. Donald Trump offers that. He is an outsider, a businessman, a builder, someone who knows how we can achieve growth again that America so desperately wants.
You know, and to that point, just so the audience understands, I think Bush had an average growth of 2.8% annually, and President Obama's at 2.1%, both well below the historic averages.